I'm just terrified for this week as Le'Veon's going to run 500 yards on the Browns.
Well, that'll
I'm versing him.
transition us right into talk time, which is going to be Fantasy 2017. Now, you're doing the fantasy podcast, Griff.
Yes.
So what are you thinking this year?
In terms of what?
We're just going to talk. I want to go through our teams. We're going to establish who has the best and worst team. We don't need to establish who has the worst team here,
But just
in our league, because that's established that Nick has the absolute worst team in the entire league.
I'm down there.
Nick, why don't you go grab that trophy right quick, right next to you?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
So we rebooted, for those out there, our fantasy league that we've been doing for years now. Technically, this is almost Ryan's trophy because Mr. Griff next to me won last year.
I had the best team in the league.
We can have
last
a wonderful
year.
conversation
Let's have
about
it.
why
Let's
that's
get in
a
there.
falsehood.
Yeah, so...
Most
Well, here's the
points,
biggest problem.
Best running back pair.
Here is the
I
biggest
don't even
problem.
remember my
Well, the
receivers.
first problem is, unfortunately, for
Our
some
league-
reason, our league got deleted. So we have no rosters.
There's no
Yes.
remnants of whatever.
No,
Exactly.
whatever happened.
So that's why
However-
this conversation is not going to be as good as it could
It
be.
could be
'Cause
better,
I don't
yes,
remember
I
my
agree.
roster outside of David Johnson, DeMarco Murray,
Yeah.
and Carson Palmer.
I will highlight this.
Okay.
Griff had the most points of the year by 20, 30, 40, something like
I think
that.
you were in second now.
I was in second, but the bigger stat, the more important stat, is that every week Yahoo put what your record would be if you played everyone, right? So if I versed all 11 people, you versed all 11 people, it gave you your record, I had the best record, which means most weeks I was in the top 3. So I was consistently in the highest points, whereas
Okay.
having the most points could mean you had 200 points in one
But
game.
I also specifically remember that you always had the least points against you. So
I-
that means
That's
everybody
another
had their
revealing
worst
stat
week
that
every
I
time
didn't
they
look
played.
up.
No, but
I'm
here's
so
but you're still
happy.
missing.
Homework.
No, wait, but you're still missing the point because that doesn't negate the stat of versing everyone every week. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everyone can't have their worst week every week, but I'm still beating everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds
Oh,
like
you can. My team was dog shit.
Well, yeah. But you still had a best week at some
Well,
point.
that was your first year,
Wait,
right?
that's crazy.
No,
that
no, my first year I got second place.
that
Oh,
the,
shit,
that
yeah.
the
Last year I
champion
sucked.
and the worst team got the first pick and I got the last pick.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
That's
I
good
was-
that
I
worked out.
I didn't mind having the last. I'd rather pick at the bottom of the draft, to be honest with you, because you get one pick and then you got.
I did not like
Yeah.
first pick.
I-
I'm gonna wait
That's
for
I
the
would've-
first time
an hour
I
and a half.
ever had first pick. Did not like it.
I had it in one of my other leagues. It's like, oh great, I got David Johnson, and you're just like,
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
shit. And then like the next time around, you're like, I don't even know who to pick now.
Yep.
All the good players are gone, and I got one.
6th pick is the worst pick.
It
of the
was
draft.
this
It
year.
is absolutely the worst pick of the draft because I had to reach on someone that I wouldn't have grabbed, but I didn't like the other people that
Well,
were.
to me, the
in
first
6
5
to
were
7.
guaranteed as David,
Exactly.
Le'Veon,
Yeah.
Odell,
Yeah.
Julio, and
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Yep,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
Can I
Easy.
look at next draft?
Absolutely. But from there, like, who do you go
Oh,
for?
I can't.
So I had to reach on Jordy.
So, Nick, you have a very special connection with fantasy. You've never won. You've never been good.
Yeah, no, that's a
bet.
falsehood. I haven't won. I absolutely should have won last year.
Should have.
100%.
Make it to the championship.
You know,
No.
100% should have won last year. I versed in the semifinals. I versed someone who had their best week, and had Dan not had his best week in week 1, I would have versed someone else, beat Griff in the finals because I beat Griff in the championship.
But that's
had I
just,
been in the
but that's just
championship.
fans.
But-
That's semantics.
It is, but it's still data. It's still statistics. I still would have won.
That's why I think the best thing that ever happened was our league being deleted, so you cannot.
Well,
Oh my
it's
gosh!
a
Yeah, you guys
conversation.
wouldn't hear the end of it.
I'm so mad that I can't look back because he wouldn't hear the end of it.
But there's no way because statistically
like,
I
I'm
had
trying
a
to come
better
with an
team.
argument. I'm trying to continue my argument because like I don't even remember who was on
I
my
can't.
team.
I have no basis.
But even so,
It was easier like 2 weeks ago. I forgot even what I said 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember.
the
Let's
only
look at this
thing
draft.
the only thing was you had the most overall points. I had the most wins against everyone week to week. And keep in mind, my first round pick was a bust. Keep in mind, I took Todd Gurley number 1.
Yeah.
And I still had the team that I had. Imagine I had taken Antonio Brown and David Johnson. It wouldn't even have been a remote contest. Like literally not
What
even.
pick did you have?
I had number 1. I took Todd Gurley number 1 overall,
He
which was a
was not
totally
very well.
reasonable pick.
Because I had number 2 and I took AB.
And you were like, I'm glad you took Gurley because I
Yeah.
was torn.
But see, like, there's all these what ifs, but
Of
you
course.
took Todd Gurley,
Of course.
which is fine.
Which is absolutely
I don't
fine.
know if I would have
Yeah.
taken
And I'm
him
not-
at 1.
Either way, that's not the point. I'm saying my team was so good despite my first pick being a bust.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like I was like, oh, you know,
even come
I should have
up with
taken
who I-
Kareem Hunt in the 4th round or something like
I don't even
that.
know who my second round pick was.
last year.
I have no idea what my second round pick was.
Mine
I
was
picked-
Jordy.
I picked DeMarco Murray, which everyone tore me apart for.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna suck again. He's probably the second best back in the league.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Two best backs. Let's look at Nick's draft here.
I
Yeah.
had,
My
like,
draft
the
this year's
9th
bad.
pick, and
I
had
admit.
fucking-
Little early on Aaron Rodgers.
My whole team is Aaron and Jordy, and maybe Tyreek Hill if he continues
Travis
to do what he
Kelsey,
did.
little early. Tyreek Hill, it's probably about right. Peterson early. Anderson early.
That's what I'm saying. I had to jump.
Why did you take the Houston Texans defense in the 8th round?
And then
Established-
followed by Justin
No,
Tucker.
no,
Tucker in
wait.
the 9th round.
Wait. Justin Tucker was an accident because I wouldn't pay attention to the clock and I didn't hear the ring for my pick.
Why
So
was, why was
no.
he in your queue though?
I didn't have a cue at all.
It auto
It auto
picked
picked.
Justin
It
Tucker.
auto picked me Justin Tucker. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I buy that because
I
he
swear,
was-
no, I swear to God, I picked Houston. That was me. I think that was a decent pick. You guys can say all you want, but when Houston destroys Jacksonville and gets 30 points, we can all talk about it later.
Okay.
Anyways, Justin Tucker was I literally didn't hear the ding go off for my pick. So I was still like talking, and this is my own fault. I was talking crap in the fantasy chat, and then all of a sudden it's like
worked.
Justin Tucker. It was
It worked.
so I looked at that and I was like, come on. So now Justin Tucker's my kicker.
So for people out there that don't
Sterling
know,
Shepard, the 10th
we
round.
were here where we record with about 8 of us at a long table, and the only people who weren't there were Nick and two
so
other
mad you
friends.
didn't record that. And, like,
I know.
post
I
that
should
online.
have. That would have been good. Us all yelling at each other. But yeah, I mean,
6 picks sucked though. I had to reach on people I didn't want to reach on.
They gave you a B, which I thought is
Generous.
generous at
just
best.
very
Generous.
generous. Because I also got a B. I mean, not that my team's any good, but
Here's the thing. I don't think my team's bad, but I think with a better pick, my team would have been so much better.
I just want to establish. Let's go through your starting lineup officially.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got right now entering week 1.
with the highest grade.
Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Tyreek Hill, Adrian Peterson, CJ Anderson, Travis Kelsey, and Robbie fucking Anderson.
Who shouldn't be there? It would be Devontae Parker. Keep that in mind.
Okay, but
'Cause-
still. So
'cause-
your 2 running backs are AP
Dinosaurs.
and CJ
Yeah,
Anderson.
That's
weak
not
knees
good.
Anderson.
That's really bad.
Watch this though. They're gonna end up having like the greatest week of their lives.
If they become relevant again, I'll be so fucking pissed. Because as soon as we left our draft, I said Nick absolutely has the worst team.
All I'm going to say is there's no reason for AP not to be good.
There's a couple.
No,
Now,
Well,
there's
he's
no
old.
reason.
before we get into everyone else's team, I want a quick history. So, Mike, you've only been doing fantasy for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
This is your 3rd year with us. Nick, I've been doing it since a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
I did like
Daily.
before the first before the first year I was with you guys. I did like FanDuel and stuff, but that's
Yeah.
it. No, like
Which is only
seasonal.
relevant like 4 years ago or so now.
Yeah.
Nick, how long have you been doing it? Probably maybe
Wow.
same time as me, sophomore in high school.
Wow.
That's when I remember first doing it.
I've only had one losing season, and that was
But
the year that I had 3 injuries.
the bigger question is,
Yeah.
have you ever won the championship
No.
in any
Sounds
league?
like a lot of excuses. To
Yeah.
No excuses.
A lot of
No excuses.
couple injuries here.
My first, my
If you
my
go
worst
by
season.
the addition and subtraction minus, the
No,
tangent over the, I would have won last year.
I'm not saying my worst year. I'm not saying I would have even come remotely close to winning. That's not the argument. But my first, second, and third round picks were all out for 6 weeks minimum. So
There.
that put me in last place. I wasn't.
So
I'm
you had
not
a
saying I
good
was going to win
draft
it, but
then.
I had a bad year.
So Griff, you've been doing it for
I don't know,
forever
since
now.
middle school, I guess.
Wow.
But
Man, you've won the championship a few
no,
times.
it's actually my first championship. I lose the
Really?
championship.
Oh, so you
yearly.
make it. but-
Yeah, oh yeah. Chapman's League, I think it was. That's 3 years in a row I've lost the championship game.
That's
Really? Wow.
I'd be
Yeah.
pretty mad. Yeah.
Do you get your money back at least in that league?
Buffalo Bills.
I get more than my money back,
Okay.
but it's the what you could win to what I end
Oh,
up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
yeah,
just
yeah.
like the
That's the
absolute
worst.
trash of going to the championship.
Every year.
And there's only one year I should have like my team was the best, and like Beckham got suspended for the championship. Cam
that
Newton was
sucks.
terrible at
That's
the end
what
of the
happened to
year.
me
It was
when
like
me and Kevin were in the championship.
Yeah.
it's
Beckham
one of those
fucking
things that just
suspension.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean I wouldn't have won anyway. I mean I got trashed by Chapman's team.
Well, you never know.
You never know. I mean unless
never
Beckham
know.
had
Butterfly
45
effect, dude.
points.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. Him and Landry won me to get into that game. They in the same game had like 45 points.
Yeah, Landry. That same week.
They both against each other I had them. Oh no, maybe it was the first round of the playoffs. They played against each other and combined in PPR had like 50 points.
That's crazy.
And I won by like 20 because of those two. So there's other leagues. I'd say I never really counted. Maybe like 6 times I've come in second place.
Yeah. I've won.
It's really disappointing.
I've won. I
hurts.
haven't won in my league yet. I've been like so far historically awful in our league now as a commissioner, but
doesn't
I've
have
won
any
a few other
receivers.
leagues.
If you want to trade, I need running backs.
So we're gonna go to Mike's team next, which might have the best fantasy name of Uncle Bobby B.
Why is
It's
it
not even fantasy related.
don't
I know.
get
Did you ever see Transformers, the first movie?
Oh, like I don't.
Years
It's
ago,
fucking
yeah.
Bernie Mac. He's at the car dealership. He's like, "You looking for a car? It's Uncle Bobby B, baby. It's Uncle Bobby B." It's fucking great.
That is wow.
So Mike's
Good
got
job. Good reference.
Big Ben, Golden Tate, Sammy Watkins, Dave Johnson, Fournette, Gronk, Mark Ingram in the starting lineup.
I hate
With Andrew Luck on the
No
bench
way.
because he's hurt.
I'm
You're
a little.
starting-
It's not bad, but I'm surprised he got an A+ with the first overall.
He was the
pick.
best drafted.
That actually, I disagree with that.
I don't think he should have gotten an A+.
I don't think he should have
No
gotten the
offense,
best
but
draft. No.
I've seen better teams not even get an A+.
Yeah. He's got Moncrief on the
I think
bench and Ertz too. To keep
It
him
All
also
I know is my team
factors
got a
in-
C last year, but
No, it doesn't
Best
matter.
team.
The grades are
it's
arbitrary. They're just talking points.
Yeah.
except for Tommy. Tommy always gets a bad grade. Tommy's
Yeah.
team always sucks.
Well,
He
yeah.
finally paid me
Oh, good.
right
That's
before
good.
the draft.
So for those out there, we have a friend Tom, and we established in our league that last place of the regular season has to give first place of the regular season $25. So our friend tried to pay Griff in single dollar transactions on Venmo,
Venmo
to
flagged
get to 25.
Flagged it, locked his account, and then he refused to pay me until right the day of the draft
That's
when they
amazing.
unlocked his account.
That's so fucking
That's
funny.
so great.
I was so mad. I was like, and then I texted him, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay Rosa soon. Can you shoot me that last $14?" He got $11 in singles. My phone was going nuts at work. I was like, "What's going on?" $1, $1, $1, $1. They thought his account was hacked, and he said no. So finally, like the day of, I finally got
There
it
you go.
when they unlocked his account. Finally,
I like your team, Mike, though. I mean, toss-ups are Sammy Watkins can get a ball thrown to him by
Well,
Jared Goff.
no, Goff isn't that bad, but he has like the toughest cornerback matchup like every game.
Oh,
He's
yeah, in that
got Sherman
division.
twice.
Yeah.
He's got. They showed it on
I forget.
ESPN. It's like every game he plays, he's gonna be like matched up with like some of the top cornerbacks in the league. Because I think they play the Giants too, so he's gonna be matched up against Jenkins.
Yeah. Then we have
Something like
Fournette. Nick, Griff, what's your speculation on
I
Mr.
think he'll
Fournette?
eventually be good, but he came out and said that the SEC was better than the NFL. Was tougher than the NFL.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's not going to do well
Talking
for
a big
probably
game.
the first few weeks. But they're going to run the ball a lot because Bortles sucks.
It's true.
I just didn't want to pick a Jaguar this year.
No, it'll
It's
probably-
risky to pick a
and
bad-
playing Houston week 1 after the hurricane, and then him saying that also
Yeah.
just is a combination of
Oh crap.
volatility.
Well,
So, like
Mike,
the first 2 weeks, he's not 2-3 weeks, and then he's gonna be really good eventually. Once
if
he
I
figures
recall,
it out.
that's the one that you kind of like it fucked up on you or something, and you picked him, or
no,
it was one
that
pick.
was Meach with Isaiah Crowell.
No, but he also had a
Oh,
moment
yeah.
like that too.
I forget who it was. I was about to pick somebody else, and the time ran out, and they picked him up.
Yeah.
it's
That's
not
the
bad.
worst.
I just think the first like 2 or 3 weeks, just the adjustment, he's not gonna be
Yeah.
great,
I mean,
especially
he
against
also-
Houston.
He also had a hurt foot too. So
Mark Ingram is the other toss-up. If I just didn't want to touch him, and I have him. In my
It's
one
gonna be a
league,
weird
but
dynamic.
AP and him.
Here's
In New Orleans,
Yeah.
here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Is hopeful, wishful thinking, or
he
This
thinks
is-
Mark Ingram's gonna get benched because he's gonna fumble.
Mhm.
No, that's not. No. You're putting words in my mouth.
Here we
I'm
go.
just guessing.
Now he's
Who's New Orleans' week 1 opponent?
the Minnesota Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Historically, what happens when players return to the teams that drop them?
Dude, pretty historically good.
Historically good. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Statistically, it's likely. And if he shreds Minnesota week 1, he will be the starter.
wait, out of those two, who would be the one to punch it into the end zone when they're on the goal?
I'm hoping it's not
It
a
would
Chris
be
Johnson, Lendell
Peterson,
White.
but it's a half PPR. Ingram's gonna catch the ball more,
That's true.
Yeah.
and if Peterson can't stay healthy, it's gonna be Ingram.
Yeah,
That's true too.
Watch out for Alvin Kamara too.
Yeah.
So
Back
we'll
of your
see.
head. Back
We'll
of your
see.
head. Keep that in your mind.
But
We'll see.
Golden Tate, solid.
Yeah,
I like
a
my
good
Golden
pick.
Taint. That's what I should change my name to.
Golden Tate. Now we have Chiquiz on my face, Mr. Ryan.
That's a reboot name. I had that when I originally had him on my team.
Philip
Years
Rivers, Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Amir Abdullah, Duke Johnson,
That's so
Greg
bad.
Olson, and Fitzgerald. With
See, I like
Ajayi
your
on the
team.
bench, Rogers on the bench.
Jacquizz Rodgers on the
Jacquizz
bench.
Rodgers.
He's a starter until Well,
till
I
he
don't
comes
know,
back.
but I don't know because Doug Martin hasn't been good since his rookie year.
Yeah, so
But I'm gonna have to trade for a running back at some point.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I kept saying I refused to reach for a shitty running back.
Hopkins was the one that I was telling myself I'm not taking this year because he's got all the fucking talent in the world. But I think I took him last year in one of my leagues and just
Oh,
didn't.
Osweiler just couldn't hit him with the
Yeah.
ball.
Ass to mouth Weiler was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good with Brian Hoyer, so I'm assuming Savage is gonna at least throw him the ball.
Is
That's all you
is
gotta
he
do.
named the starter, Savage?
I think for now, and then
Okay.
Watson. But Watson, the Clemson connection.
I mean, talk shit about Assweiler, but smartest businessman in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
He
right?
was fucking unemployed with 17 million guaranteed, something like that.
He's on the Broncos now, right?
Now he is, but he
Yeah.
signed a fucking $800,000 contract.
He didn't need the money.
Fine,
No
who
one was
cares?
he
paying
doesn't
him
need
anything.
it.
The Browns traded for him and got a second
They
round
bought
pick.
a second round pick.
Yeah,
They bought a second
just
round pick,
eating
yeah.
the money.
It's crazy.
They have the cap space.
Yeah, that was the first salary dump in the NFL.
Yeah. Greg Olson, I had in like 2 of my 3 leagues last year. I'm kind of just over him. I didn't want to have to pick him
I love him.
again.
No, he's gonna be great again.
He's always okay. He just never. I felt like never did enough more.
He goes for over 1,000 yards every
Yeah.
year, and at least 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
or four
4
touchdowns.
touchdowns. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The touchdowns are.
Yeah, but he has 1,000 yards every year. What other tight ends have 1,000 yards every year?
Well, let's get to the GOAT. So, the GOAT is my team. All the potential in the world.
I'll trade
You
you.
do.
I'll trade you a receiver
So we got
for a running back.
Drew
I thought you were
Brees.
running
I've never
backs.
taken a quarterback early in a fantasy league in my entire life. Till
That's a
this
good
year.
pick. Drew Brees is a good pick.
Terrell Pryor Sr. What the fuck? I don't even know his name. Tyrell
He's good.
Williams.
He'll be good.
LaShawn McCoy because Nick didn't pick him, which I was surprised about.
I
So
don't
he fell
trust
to
him.
me at 7.
I don't trust him.
He's
David
gonna
Johnson.
get, he's
I
gonna
don't
get
trust
more
either.
workload this year. Jordan Howard, who I kind of didn't want to take, but I saw him there. I'm a second pick. Tyler Eifert, Paul Perkins in the starting lineup.
Paul Perkins in your starting
Absolutely.
lineup.
Because I had Willie Snead, who I took early for whatever reason,
He was
and
suspended
he's suspended now.
prior, I think, to the draft.
Kendall Wright, Jamal Williams on the bench, Jeremy Hill. Yeah.
You have Paul Perkins starting.
I like where my team's at, just my receivers are what scare the shit out of me.
I was gonna trade you for a running back, but I
What's that?
don't really
As of-
see much in the running
As
back.
of right now, Paul Perkins, he's the guy running the ball. If he's at least a starter.
Yeah.
Orleans
he's the
Stark was gonna get the touchdowns though. No one's running the ball well on this team. Let's be real here.
My hypothesis is if the fucking line can block, I think we have a good shot at repeating
That
the
is
Patriots
a
Giants Super Bowl.
large if, my friend.
My favorite if
Don't-
though to that is that there was some fucking stupid stat where it was like somehow Eric Hart was like the
Bobby
one.
Hart.
Yeah, Bobby Hart was
You combine the
Eric
names there.
Bobby
Eric Hart.
Bobby Hart was the fucking
Bobby
one
Flowers.
tackle that didn't
Allow pressure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
that's weird because he's been historically fucking buns, but
he's the right I mean, yeah, but Eli's gonna be getting rammed from behind every play.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
he's the flex. So we'll see what happens.
Can always change.
Well, Rose's team's losing this week.
Yeah, but to who?
Who are you playing?
I don't even know.
Versus Parlo, who's
Gronk
our
got
friend
me a
Noonan.
big 4 points, so
yeah, that was rough.
good.
That was rough. There were so many times they
Really
fed him
good
the
third
ball
round pick
and it
there.
just didn't work out.
I know.
He had a touchdown.
Well, there was also a couple times that they were fucking holding him.
Yeah.
Nothing was called, but
I'm praying Eifert comes back big.
He gets hurt every year though. So good luck
No,
with
he
that.
only got hurt last year.
And he was hurt his rookie year.
Yeah, but then the year before that he had a fucking stout year.
I have two big
the year before
fears
his
this week.
rookie year.
No.
Yeah, in college he
Year
was
before.
awesome.
He was.
It was
I have
awesome.
no grounds for that. What, Nick? What's your 2?
I fear two things. Chris has the Buffalo defense going against the trash bag Jets.
No, that's also a very bad team. That's gonna be.
I know, but you never
I
know.
wouldn't even take a kicker in that game.
You never know.
And I have a kicker
scared.
in that game.
You
Playing, 'cause
bench-
that's all I could get.
yeah, but going against
It's a
the
wild
Jets.
card. It's a wild card. You never know.
Who's the starting quarterback? Is Hackenberg the
I
starter?
don't even know. I literally
Count.
couldn't tell you who's on the
Okay.
Jets team. In my mind, it's still Sanchez. Anyways,
I might pick
Be a
up the,
better
I might
option.
pick up the Chargers kicker though.
Why?
You don't know what his name is?
No.
It's Young Ho Koo.
No, it's not.
It's Young Ho.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Young Ho Koo.
I like that a lot. I didn't know that.
He's South Korean, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Name's Young Ho,
Young Ho.
and it's spelled
Young
exactly
Ho.
how you think it would be spelled.
That's awesome.
What's your other point, Nick?
I pray that Le'Veon scores less than 40 points against the Cleveland defense.
No. Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's
And
a big prayer.
He has not touched the ball yet. He is completely
He's going to
fresh.
destroy. Literally, possibly 200-yard game.
Or he might tear his hamstring.
At least,
I
I don't wish that on anyone, so I don't want
neither
that.
do I. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you haven't practiced at all. Yeah.
That's true.
I do want to quickly establish before we segue to our next topic who has the best and worst team. I think
Fair.
Nick has the worst team.
No,
I don't think I have the
of
worst
the four
team.
of us.
Yeah, we're just
Oh,
going
yeah.
4 of us. Yeah.
Even you think my team's worse than
Actually-
Brandon's? Yeah,
actually, wait,
yeah.
Here, here's my
Take a
team.
step. Take a step back.
You think my team's worse
I think
than...
my team's better than Brandon's.
What?
I think my team's bad. But I do think it's better
and
than
I think
yours.
I like Mike's team out of all of us.
I
By the way, I'm also in a tough division.
I might go with
By the
Mike
way.
as well. think
I
Mike
like
might have
Mike's
the best
team. I'll give Mike the best.
Plus, at the end of the day, as long as David Johnson does what he keeps doing, you could
Yeah.
have a bad rest of your team. It'll be fine.
No, this is a toss up here.
I can't believe. Oh my god, this is demoralizing. I was convinced you had the worst team.
Let me
His
look.
team's not bad. Tyreek Hill put up 23 points.
You know
Kelsey
what?
put up 8.
Yeah.
We'll go from there. I got Rodgers and Nelson.
Actually, other than Paul Perkins, I like your starting lineup better.
Thank you.
Overall team, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to tell.
It's tough.
I do like your running backs last year
Look-
were really good,
yeah, look-
and you have Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, LaShawn's getting more
The
carries
Paul
this
Perkins
year.
and the Robbie Anderson. I think I like Robbie Anderson better than Paul Perkins though, because someone has to catch the ball at some point
Well,
on that team.
It's hopefully going to be
Down the
Snead.
field.
At some point. Hopefully.
I
That's
picked
what
him
I'm
the
hoping
Jets.
for.
I picked
Someone's
him in my
gotta
other
catch
league because he's the guy right now.
He is the guy.
I can't stop looking at your eye right now.
I know.
Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't bring that up. Fuck.
Shit his pants.
Oh yeah, I didn't. We didn't even talk about that before you got here. I fucking took a sneeze and popped the goddamn
I
blood
sneezed
vessel in my
yesterday,
eye.
My left arm throbbed for 10 minutes. I was in pain. Like I was in legitimate pain.
And that's Fantasy 2017. Now one of us is gonna have this beautiful trophy.
Well, maybe not one of the four of us.
Definitely not.
Wait,
Nick.
let's see who has the
Never
worst
touched
team in
the
our
egg 'cause
league.
it's bad luck.
Let's see.
Take a peeker.
Let me take.
I'm going to say without looking, Dan.
No,
Damn.
Wait, the Steelers are playing the Browns this week?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my saving grace then.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to be a train wreck of a week. Or Cleveland comes out and starts off a 10-6 season.
What's time?
I think Roethlisberger will do good no matter what.
They've always done good.
He's also
got
throwing to the
changed
best
too.
receiver in the
Oh,
league.
yeah.
So as long as you put the ball in his direction, he's going to get points.
You
You know,
think
actually,
Antonio Brown
Tommy's
is better
team.
than Julio?
Tommy's team's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of you guys might
Yeah.
have the worst team in the league.
Nick has the worst team in the league.
We'll
I don't
see.
know. Based on the
We'll see.
draft.
I'm just
it's been
happy
bad.
fucking football's back.
Me
I don't
too.
give a fuck. It's opening weekend. Let's get that money.
I'm not as confident with this team. I agree. I can live with it.
I was going to be in Florida in Disney watching the Giants beat the Cowboys, and because of a fucking Irmagad hurricane,
God.
I'm not going to be there.
Rough.
Sorry, buddy.
You have like tickets and everything.
Well, we rescheduled for
Oh,
the
okay.
first week in October.
Hopefully,
If there's a
still-
Florida left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that
Disney
stinks.
is like inland, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
But I'm kind of good for them giving the teams off to get their families out. But playing 16 weeks in a row, it's.
It's going to be
Oh,
very
the
hard.
Dolphins are going to be bad because of that. And
Very
Bucks are gonna
tough.
be bad.
And I have Jay Ajayi, and I was like, great. I don't have to worry about taking him out the rest of the year. But running back playing 16 straight weeks is probably
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, and they feed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets, especially with.
Oh, wouldn't it be 15 straight weeks?
No.
they get-
it's
The good
16.
No,
thing-
this is their bye week.
They're
week
using this
one.
as their bye week, and they're going to play.
Because
16
it
straight
worked
weeks.
out that they both had the same
Oh, yeah,
bye
they-
week.
week 11.
What I thought they should have done was change the venue, and then all the proceeds from
Exactly.
that game go.
Yeah, why did
Something
they
like
not
that.
just go play somewhere else?
Why didn't
Why
didn't
not
they
use St. Louis?
Well, because they didn't. I think they would have gone to Georgia, but Georgia's going to get hit too. So it's like
No, but
They should
anywhere.
have just had 2 Monday night games.
they already do. They would have played a
Oh.
Friday. They would have played a
Yeah,
Friday.
opening weekend.
They
always
could have
do.
technically played a Friday. 'Cause
Yeah.
by Friday you would have been out. You would have had your family out by.
I mean, I guess bumping up to Thursday would have been unfair, but
I think Friday would have been the best bet because there was nothing
Yeah.
else on. You still would have got ratings, and you could have all the proceeds could have gone to hurricane
Yeah.
relief. You still get your bye week, and
Everyone's happy.
Everyone,
It's the best
everyone's
situation you
happy,
could have.
But now
yeah.
you got to play 16 straight weeks. It's good; they could be with their families, but at the same time, is it really
Yeah.
a bye week? I mean, if you had Friday off, you'd still be with them during the hurricane. By that point, I would assume all your stuff would have been you would have evacuated like a week ago. But
yeah.
we'll see.
Thank you guys for watching or listening.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/4playvideo.
If you like what we're doing, make sure to smash that like button.
Be sure to share all our videos with your friends so we could continue to grow, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.